we're going to learn how to crochet. Yay! Okay, you need a hook. A size H is a good size to start with, and plain yarn. Nothing fancy with the yarn when you're starting. Now, this is how I learned when I was about 8, 10 years old, how to start with your slip knot. And you get the end of your yarn, hold it between your two hands, and with one hand you do one part of a pretzel. Then with the other hand you do the other side of the pretzel. Just like that. The first bump, you got your two bumps of your pretzel. The first bump you did is what you put your hook underneath the yarn and up through that bump. Then you go down through the center and underneath the bottom yarn of the pretzel. And then you just take the two ends and pull it tight, and you're done. This is something else that every person that crochets will do different. With my left hand, I hold the hook with my right. With my left hand, I weave the yarn over my pinky and index finger. I hold near the knot, and you'll always want to keep these fingers holding right near the hook. And so, to begin, your right hand controls the hook, so make the hook go down, not behind the yarn, but in front of the yarn, down, around the back, on the back door, and then hook it with the hook and pull it through. This is where your thumb and finger are important because they're holding that knot so it doesn't slam shut, so you can get the hook through there instead of having it so tight you can't get the hook through. Now again, that's our first chain stitch. It's abbreviated CH in instructions, written instructions. Go down in front of the yarn, then go up behind the yarn, hook it, and then hold it here with your thumb and your other fingers and pull it through the loop you had on your hook. Down, behind, up. This is called a yarn over. So in written instructions, when it says YO, that stands for yarn over. This is all it is. It's just picking up the yarn on your hook. Then pull it through. Those are chain stitches. We've just worked 1, 2, 3 chain stitches. If all you even learn with crocheting is how to do this chain stitch, makes a fun little friendship bracelet for girls, guys too. The next stitch that you'll need to learn is a single crochet. It's pretty basic, the most basic crochet stitch. And to do that, when you have, after you've worked a few chains, is you will pick up the top. I'm going to call this side the top, this side the bottom of the chains. So these are the top loops of our chain stitch, and these down here are the bottom loops of the chain stitch. So what you want to do is pick up the top loop for your single crochet, and you won't, in this last chain stitch, you'll skip that one. You won't want to work a single crochet in there because you've got yarn and it's already full. It's got yarn going through it back and forth. So skip that chain and then go into the next and pick up that top loop with the tip of your hook. Then yarn over the same as you did before, under, behind, pick up the yarn with your hook, pull it through that top part of your chain stitch, then yarn over, pull it through both loops, not just one, both of them, and now you have a completed single crochet. Going to repeat, go into the next chain, which is right here, the top loop of it, and yarn over, pull it through what we just picked up, yarn over, pull through both loops. It's kind of a two-step process. You pull it through the yarn through this top part of the chain, and then you yarn over. Second step, pull it through both loops on your hook. And then you just keep on working across. that is a single crochet. Okay, when you're working your first row of single crochet, it gets curly. That's normal. Now I saved the last chain stitch. We'll work that together. So I put it in there, under, behind, pick up the yarn, pull it through, pick up the yarn, yarn over, I should use correct terminology, shouldn't I? Pull it through. Now we have finished our first row of single crochet. After you're done with each row, you'll do one chain stitch. So pick it up or yarn over and pull it through. Now I'm turning clockwise, turning what I've worked, turn it over, so because you're always working from right to left. And again, you don't want to work and do a stitch in this first chain that we just did because it's got the yarn going through it. So the next one, what you will do is pick up, if you can see, you've got two loops that looks like our chain stitch, and this would have been the top loops, and this would have been the bottom loops. But these aren't chain stitches. This is just what the top of the single crochet looks like. Now, this is going to be different. What I want you to do is pick up both of the loops, the bottom and the top one. So you'll start with the bottom, put your hook through the bottom and the top. And it's kind of a natural space that's created there, so it might look harder than it is. So the only difference is in this row from the row with your beginning chains is you're putting it through the top and the bottom loops instead of just the top. I hope that makes sense, and that now you're ready to work as many rows as you want. I would suggest at least 50. And then just remember at the end of each row to work a chain stitch, then turn it around clockwise, and then you're ready to start your next row. Have a good time practicing.